guys, let's do another video for you for the channel. Like I said in the last video, got my new ring light in, so I'm just playing around with settings with it. Put a different light setting on it, so we'll see how this looks. To keep this video kind of short, but still keep adding, want to work on putting content on the channel. The more I can put on there, the better. This one's going to be a very short one, guys. There's only 5 titles right here that I got for this. I have more titles from them, but in this style of releasing, they've only released 5 so far, and I'd love to see them put out more because I would definitely jump at it. That is none other than Blue Underground. Blue Underground has put out 5 releases, basically doing these 3-disc limited edition sets, and they're lovely. I mean, they're when they first released the first 2 titles. The first title, I jumped on it, and when I got it in my hands, I opened it up, and I was like, man, like this packaging and everything that's in it, this is exactly like, this is a collector's wet dream. They did an amazing job with this stuff. A lot of them got 4K scans. The CD soundtracks are in them. Blah 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 blah. There's a lot of good shit in those boxes. If I was to sit here and take them all out, guys, and open them up and everything, I'd just be, I mean, we'd be here for like an hour and a half, plus with me rambling with the shit. So I'm just going to show them right quick and everything. Maybe you guys are not familiar with some of the stuff they have, or maybe a release came out and it just kind of slipped past you. And if you want to see unboxings of these, I assure you, Toddy Walnuts, a fellow YouTuber, he has a great channel. He unboxes his stuff on his YouTube channel, and he does an amazing job at it. And he gives me a lot of support, so I love him to death. Anyway, guys, first up from Blue Underground. Like I said, they do, before we go on, these are just, they only released 5 releases so far that have the 3-disc, the 3-disc limited edition sets. Blue Underground's been a company for years. I believe the CEO of that company is none other than William Lustig. He made this movie right here. But he's done a lot of shit throughout his career. He's definitely primary reason why Blue Underground is going. So, but they've released a lot of stuff over the years. They've had single disc releases, such as this right here. This is one of their single disc releases. You open it up and it has the disc in there, and those are great. Usually the quality on those is top notch. The video, the audio is great. There's special features in there. You get your bang for your buck. That's for sure. They also do DVDs and stuff like that. Especially when they started, they were trying to cover the formats, just like Arrow, Scream, and all that. They were just, for people who hadn't converted yet to Blu-ray and made that transition, they were pumping out DVDs as well. Alright, guys, we're 3 minutes in. I'm just still rambling about this company. First up, guys, one of my favorites, and that is Zombie. When they released this film as a 3-disc limited edition set, I'm sure everybody knows, but if you don't, they released 3 different slipcovers for this. One was the zombie head, one was the splinter, which is one of my favorite scenes of that fucking movie. I love it to death. But sorry for that glare, guys. I was fortunate enough, though, I ran across this one in the wild. I think I was at a FYE, and they had 2 of them sitting on the shelf, and they were both this slipcover, and I was fine with it. Would I like to have all 3 slipcovers? I mean, of course, but these things are they're not cheap at all. I think just for this one, I think I might have paid 30 or 35 bucks for it. So sometimes, a lot, especially like Amazon and stuff like that, you might be able to find them for a decent price somewhere around that ballpark. But you want all 3. I think Diabolic DVD was selling all 3 in a package for like, I think it was like $100 at one point. And I was just like, I just need one copy of the movie. I mean, I wouldn't mind having all of them, but it's got all the same features, all the same stuff in the box. So, but guys, this movie is great. If anybody has not seen this film, and you're a horror fan, a lot of people say this is Lucio Fulci's masterpiece. I love so many of his movies. It's hard for me to pick one. If I probably had to pick one, I'd probably say City of the Living Dead, because I love that one. But I love The Beyond. Getting my Stuart Gordon shit here mixed up. Anyway, guys, but that is these sets are amazing. If I hold it right, God, man, that thing casts so much glare. I probably got the settings on it dialed up too much, but you know, guys, if you're unfamiliar with these releases, they're great. If you want a 4K UHD disc, perfect, because Blue Underground just released this one and a few more on 4K UHD. So if you're looking to get a UHD disc, Blue Underground will be the way to go. And I've heard nothing but good things about those releases. This one so far has been released as a 4K UHD. The next one coming up, it also has a 4K UHD disc. And this, man, this movie is amazing. I couldn't say enough good shit about Joe Spinell. I love him in this movie. He played one of the greatest serial killers, in my opinion, and that is Maniac. These covers are kind of lenticular, so I don't really do much. I think it's more of a depth, like in-depth look, as the background's getting a little in-depth. Whatever. That's got a new 4K restoration. Like I said, there's 3 discs in here. You get the film, which has been restored and it looks phenomenal. Get a lot of special features on disc 1 and disc 2, and disc 3 is your soundtrack for the film, which that is great because a lot of companies don't even really do that anymore. They just, I think the CD game is about burned out now at this point, but it's great to see physical media companies throw in the soundtracks. I know Screen Factory did it for Green Inferno. There's been a few other companies that threw in some nice releases like that. So, guys, as I said, 5 I'm going to show you. They do have the CD soundtracks on. This movie is phenomenal. And as we were talking about William Lustig, he directed this movie, and it is a masterpiece. If I had to pick between this one and Maniac Cop, this one right here, hands down. But I love Maniac Cop too, but Maniac is Joe Spinell. I think he had a few problems right there at the end of his career. He had his struggles and his battles. Sorry, guys, let me turn that off. Like I said, he had his struggles and his battles with alcohol and some other shit. But he made some great movies. Got a release from Vinegar Syndrome, The Undertaker. Didn't even know that movie existed. I bought it from Vinegar Syndrome. Got lucky enough to get that coffin slip with it. And got in the living room one night. Was just relaxing. Better time never popped it in. That movie's great. It's not as good as Maniac, of course. If I had to stack those side by side, Maniac's got it. But it was nice to see Joe Spinell in The Undertaker. The movie's great. Next up, this one I believe is also getting a 4K UHD release. I think it was Dawn of the Disc that announced this not too long ago. Maybe Blue Underground did too. I'm not sure, guys. I'm almost positive though, but this is also getting a 4K UHD release, and that is The New York Ripper. It's another Lucio Fulci film. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, it's fucking sleaze. It is awesome though. I love the hell out of this film. There is some slow. It's got some pacing issues, if you ask me. The first time I watched it, I was not in the mood going into this to watch it. But I did like what I saw of it. There was a few things that caught my eye in it that I liked, and I went back to watch it the second time, and I was like, yeah, I was just in a hell of a lot better mood, and I was really looking forward to watching it again. But that is The New York Ripper, guys. That cover's great too. They do amazing jobs with these releases, and it looks really good. I got a single disc edition right here of this movie. I showed this yesterday in my my update for my giveaway. Guys, if you're unfamiliar with my channel, try to have a lot of fun, reach out to everybody. I just did a Maniac Cop giveaway. We just got that handled last night, and so I did that giveaway, and I was like, why not do another one? And up for grabs is The New York Ripper. This is the single disc edition from Blue Underground. I already have this one. This is just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, I like having both of them, but this is really doing me no good. So, guys, this is I watched this movie first having this one, and then I got this one, and that's when I really dug into it. It's a great film, but later on I will we'll do the rules about the the requirements for entering the giveaway. So that'll be coming up probably about 2 weeks, I'd say. I'm sure all my subscribers like to hear that. Anyway, guys, that's the New York Ripper. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was announced to be as a 4K UHD release. So you looking into getting your horror films, especially in that 4K UHD format. Blue Underground's popping some out. Synops popped a couple of them out. Vinegar Syndrome they've done. Taming the T-Rex, Rad. I think that's the only two. I'm going off subject here. We're supposed to be talking about Blue Underground. That's me rambling. I'm gonna take a sip, guys. Next up, God, what a movie. Anthology, so to speak, whatever. It's fucking great. I do own the standalone edition release of this as well. I own the Arrow video DVD of it. I own so many damn incarnations of this, well, not incarnations, but releases of this film. And I own a lot of different releases from the same company and different companies. So I love it though, and that is George A. Romero and Dario Argento with Two Evil Eyes. This anthology is great. It's wicked as hell. There's some great special features on here. There's one of the stories in here where they go behind the scenes and it's showing Tom Savini having to set up for a shot, and it takes a lot of prep work and a lot of shit, and it goes wrong. And George A. Romero's like, reset, and you can just kind of tell it's like, damn, like that was a lot of work to not get it on that shot. And Tom Savini's having to go back and reset everything. There's a lot of people in that fucking room while they're recording that shit too, while they're shooting it. But like I said, these features on this disc is packed. You're a fan of these films, or you know, aware of them, and you watch them, you're like, I want to see some content like about how that movie was made, or where it was made at, who was involved, whatever. These boutique labels, they'll give you your bang for your buck in a heartbeat. I mean, it's just loaded. The fucking movie's probably, and you know, most of the time the movie would be like 90 minutes long. Special features, 20 hours. Not really, but I always say that shit. But you know, especially if you buy a movie, a lot of people are just gonna watch the movie. They're just like, okay, well, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours long. They're gonna watch the movie. But there's folks out there like me, and there's a lot of them. They want to see the behind the scenes stuff, and see the new interviews, hear the cast talk about what it was like and all that. And these boutique labels are fucking killing it with that, and that's why I love them. As you can see, that's why I buy all of this shit, and I get obsessed with it really quick. And let's just say I like it, and then it becomes an obsession immediately. I love the hell out of it though. Last up, guys, I'm not sure. This is another one that's probably getting a 4K UHD release. I know a lot of people's not really happy that Blue Underground's doing that, because they just released these things like a year or two ago. There's 5 of them so far. I think they started 2018 when it was popping them out. It takes a little bit of time for these guys to get all the material together to put these out and do all the work that they have. It's none other than House by the Cemetery. Another Fulci film. I love it. It's a great film. I'm sure everybody can agree with me, but the audio track, the voiceover, the voice that they used for the son in this movie is fucking hilarious. I laugh at it every time. That voice is not nowhere close match that kid, but it's funny as hell. But it's a great film. It's got there's a scene in there where the father goes down in the basement after he finally gets the door unlocked. It's basically like fucking cemented shut, and there's this bat scene in. I don't want to ruin it, but it's graphic as hell. This dude's in the kitchen with a bat, just stabbing it and slinging blood around and shit, and he's slinging blood all over the little kid. Everybody's flipping the fuck out. It's amazing though. As House by the Cemetery, and I have listened to the CD soundtrack in this, and this thing is great. I remember taking a road trip one night, popping that my CD player in my car, and there's some eerie shit in that soundtrack, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, that's the 5 that they've released so far. Blue Underground has released so far for the 3-disc limited edition sets. I do hope they continue to release more. It's really cool that we're seeing these boutique labels jump on 4K UHD disc. It's kind of a pain in the ass, especially when we just bought these like last year, and now they're doing a different format. So a lot of the collectors, such as myself, we're having to scramble and go get those too as well. And by the time you get those, now you done got like 6, 7 copies of the same movie because you bought so many either different formats or different labels. So, you know, the hardcore collectors, they're going to dump a lot of money just on one title, just to have different variations of it. But I can understand that, though, and I've seen a lot of people get a little bit pissed off about it and be like, damn, like. But I would like to see them take some of the single disc releases up there and put them out in 3 disc sets. I mean, you know, they were doing Deep Red. I mean, that would be great to see that in a 3 disc set. No Arrow Video's got their limited edition set, which is fucking phenomenal from what I hear. But they do the Blue Underground's got Toolbox Murders. I think they had George A. Romero's The Crazies, which I have on this shelf. But I don't think they have the rights to that no more. I know Arrow Video's got that one in the what is that, Between Dusk and Dawn box set. It's up there too as well. It's a fucking amazing set. Anyway, guys, that's that is the 5 titles from Blue Underground for the 3 disc limited edition sets. If you guys are looking to get your hands on those and you want the slipcovers with them, careful about what you buy. Make sure you're looking at some good pictures on eBay and not just stock photos. And be careful of Amazon, because I believe some of those slipcovers no longer exist. Probably go through Diabolic, though, and Grindhouse. Maybe you can find you some good prices and support those guys. But anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, even like about the giveaway for this channel, I plan on, you know, one of my biggest things is reaching out, connecting with everybody. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook. That's Johnny Walker on Facebook, JOHNNIE. Just hit me up in the comment section on YouTube. Let me know you sent me a friend request so I know to look for you. I know I'm not accepting some kind of spam bullshit, as always. Yeah, guys, we just did a giveaway last night. I don't want to ramble too much on this, but I did a giveaway for Maniac copy. It was so much fun. I came home Friday, had the idea for it, and I just went with it with adrenaline and went for it. And I made a few mistakes on it, and it was kind of scattered a little bit, but I hooked everybody up. Everybody's pretty happy. I was messaging with a lot of my good friends, Ryan Herman, Glenn from Sinister Syndrome. I'm still waiting for the winner of this to contact me so I can find out his information so I can get that in the mail, because I'm going to go to the post office and mail all this shit out at once, and I have to make multiple trips. But I'm sure he'll get around to it, though. And like I said, for the next giveaway, guys, I probably got coming up. Today's Monday. I'm not going to do it this upcoming weekend, but it'll be the next weekend. That's going to be a giveaway for the New York Ripper. So, guys, if you want to subscribe to the channel, do it. Let's get this conversation started. We'll have a lot of fun, connect with one another. Like I said, that's why I'm doing it. I'm not here to like make no money or nothing like that. Of course, there's things that I want, and there's other things people want. So, you know, trading and stuff like that. It opens up the door for things like that. But my biggest thing is communicating and connecting with folks, especially with, you know, folks who loves all the shit that I do. And there's a lot of shit up there. But all right, guys. As always, be safe and be careful.